Yes, definitely what Tom said is so true. They are the ruling party, the Democrat Party. They control every facet of government in this state, okay? They control the state Senate, they control the state Assembly, they control the governorship, the Attorney General, and the City Council, 51 members, only 5 Republicans. 4 out of the 5 borough presidents. Come on, guys. We got to get the boots to the ground, people onto the ground, and we got to fight for our rights. Okay, because our rights are being taken away from us. Each and every year, more and more of our rights are being taken away until there's nothing left. As he's mentioning about those camps, hey, of course they want to put those in place. Because when you look at the history of left-wing ideology, what do you have? You have what type of mindset did you have since the 20th century? You had what? Stalin. What was he, a good right-wing Republican? No. Communist, right? What did he do? How many millions, tens of millions of people have died because of that type of ideology? What type of ideology was Hitler? A good conservative? Absolutely not. Socialist, Democrat, socialist, okay? That's left-wing ideology. Castro, China, Cultural Revolution, come on, Vietnam, what do we have here? South American dictators, they're all right-wing dictators in South America, weren't they? No. Left-wing, 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 left-wing. And how many people have died because of left-wing ideology versus, let's say, right-wing ideology? Right-wing, left-wing. How many deaths do we have on our hands here? Lots of deaths on the left wing, but they love everyone, don't they? They love, they hug trees, they love to take your money away, they love to take your freedom away. Remember, my body, my choice doesn't apply to abortion. That's another left-wing ideology that has killed over 63 million lives since Roe versus Wade of 1973. Come on, guys. We got to fight for our rights. Get out there, volunteer for whatever candidate you like, whatever, the governor's race, other races, pick a race, go out and volunteer your time, whatever you could do. I know we have members here that have already been doing that. And with that sentiment, I would like to introduce our next guest speaker, and that is Christopher Wright, who's been fighting in the streets ever since Walkaway movement a couple of years back that he started and was part of. So ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great distinct pleasure to introduce to you a friend of the Brooklyn Tea Party, Christopher Wright. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Me and Glenn go way back. It started with his friend struck with the walkway movement. What happened with that was I was the first minority to do a walkway video. It went viral. Quite a few people reached out to me after that. Of course, I had about 120 Facebook friends prior to that. Family and friends cut me off. And of course, after I did my walkway video, a lot of people reached out to me. Glenn was one of the first ones to do it, and I appreciate him for doing that. And he was also the first event with the Brooklyn Tea Party where I spoke at. And I'm very, thankful for that as well. So the reason why I'm here today is because I come far away from Walkaway. One of the things I really focus on is grassroots in New York, and where that really, focuses on is getting people elected in office in local state committee positions, district leaders, getting people involved in their community board meetings. All very important information. I think if we're going to change what's going on in New York and the United States, we're going to have to clean house from the crawl space all the way up to the attic. So if you don't do it with grassroots, we're not going to be able to make change. So we can get people elected Republican governors, Republican mayors, that'd be great, but if we don't got Republican committeemen, Republican district leaders, what can they really do? So we need to get people on a local level, grassroots, everyday Americans like yourselves in office. And that's what we're going to do. So that's what I started a group, the Conservative Republican Alliance of New York. We've been around for 3 years. We've been doing meetings at the Metropolitan Republican Club, different venues all around New York, and we're going to continue to do so. But what we're focusing on is getting people involved. So if you don't see yourself hey, I don't see myself running for office, Chris. Hey, you can help America First candidate who's running. Go out there, petition, get signatures. You can be a poll watcher, a poll worker. There's a difference. Knowing the difference is very important. So there's a lot of different things we can do in New York to help bring change, and everyday Americans that are here can do it. So that's what my main goal is to do with the Conservative Republican Alliance, is get people to come together, listen to how they can get involved, and then get involved, because action speaks louder than words, and we love to come out and do rallies and yell and scream at the sky, and nothing changes. So how about we stop yelling and screaming at the sky and actually get involved and bring change? So that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're going to do.
Just so you know, I think it's important for anybody in the room. I have a handful of registration forms here, and people should go to your neighbors and say, hey, are you sick of this yet? Register. Get out of the Democrat Party.
That's right.
Anybody who wants some registration forms, I have them right here, and you can have them in the car and talk to your neighbors. Thanks, Chris, I appreciate it.
That's exactly. And registered Republicans is a very important way. Scott Presler coming here, often in New York, recently came here, and been a big fighter for that. So yes, registered Republicans is very important as well. So yes.
I live in Parksville. I don't know what I can do. I'm a member of the Parksville Food Co-op. And, well, years and years ago, I stood up, and they suspended me for a year. They wanted to boycott Israeli products. And I stood up against them, and they suspended me. Okay, I'm back. But now, which is crazy, for a year, so now the Parksville Food Co-op, they're called the Communist Co-op, they don't, if you're not vaccinated, you can't work there. And a lot of people, you have to be you're a member, but you have to work like every 6 weeks. But if you don't get vaccinated, you can't work. And this is the Parksville Food Co-op. And and there's so many people in Parksville, I can't believe that will still vote like for the Democrat Party, or
A lot of
I don't
people
know
are
what to
great.
do.
Yeah, right.
And Joe Holt, I know him. He tested positive for the virus. And then he went to work, and they found out that he had gone to work anyway, so they suspended him for 30 days. And, because, just for 30 days.
Was he vaccinated and boosted?
No, he wasn't.
You're not allowed in the Parksville Co-op if you're not vaccinated.
Oh.
What?
They will not allow you in there. They will take away your membership.
Oh.
People have been there 30 years, and I'm told that no longer welcome.
Tell them
They
that.
didn't comply.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, maybe the Parksville Food Co-op, if someone gets the vaccine and gets affected by it, maybe they could sue the Parksville Food Co-op, since you can't sue the drug companies, right?
Right.
People need to wait that.
But, so I live in that area, so how do what else can I do? That's all.
Go to a different store.
No. What you
Just go to a different freaking store. Come on.
what you just did was very important. It's getting the word out there.
Go to
Let people
ShopRite.
know what's going on out there, because a lot of people don't know what's going on in New York. I do social media. I'm out. I put it on the internet, and I tell people what's going on here in New York. Like, I got to work in Long Island. I live in Brooklyn, live in Queens. Can't find a job anymore on a local level. They take it easy, Tom. Can't find a job on a local level at all because I'm not vaccinated. So, I'm working under the table. I'm, doing things in life that I never thought I would have to do just to get by. So, when I come out and tell people what's going on, they hear, and then they want to say, hey, how can I help out? How can I get involved? So what I'm trying to do is show people that in your situation, people that are in New York dealing with all these different issues right now, that they have a group of people that are here fighting on your behalf. And we're offering different roles that can be filled, that we feel that you can help us out and grow and strengthen our group so we can really bring change. So if you get your word out there, if you come, hear what we have to say, and then kind of see where you fit in, what in our different roles.
I'll give you my name and everything.
Yes, I'll appreciate that.
All right, but nobody really, it's like nobody knew, nobody really knows that the co-op, won't allow people, I know everybody. I go to the co-op and I don't see anybody that I know. And what happened was they fired them because they weren't getting vaccinated. And, and there were a lot of, I knew, black people who weren't going to get vaccinated, and they left the co-op, and they were there for years.
Oh.
This was their job. This was the co-op.
And what you say, a lot of people even here didn't know about that until you said it. So imagine people outside of New York have no clue. And that's why I feel it's so important. Like I said, I do a lot of social media live streaming, and I would love to, get with those community of people that are in the black community of people that work for the co-op and like do a live stream with them.
I can give you my name, and you can reach out to the co-op on the context of the people who work there are no longer working there. Because you know what it is? The food is great prices. And it's organic or not organic, but it's healthy, food, and people who, that's why we joined, because we could afford this kind of food that we believe in. And those who, now you can't work there, you can't buy the food. You can't buy the food,
No, I'm going to.
So I can give you, I don't know who to contact, but if you can get all of the people who were fired in the Foxville Food Co-op.
Okay, yes, definitely. We'll talk after this meeting.
Any other questions?
And,
I just want to say, with the Medical Freedom Alliance, we've been meeting for 2 years every Sunday. So if you have something like that, we have between 50 and 70 people every weekend, 1:30 at the Met Club, the Republican Club up on 83rd Street. And if you have something like the co-op thing, we organize movements and things like that, actions to go against any sort of thing like that. And the Foxville Co-op has been on our radar.
Okay.
We just did a mailing to all this. We have a bunch of initiatives, including the Medical Freedom Party. So I'll give you that card.
Yeah,
There you go.
and yes. So he's the Medical Freedom Rally on Sundays, and we'll
See,
be
who's interested, I'm sorry.
we'll be having an event on the 10th at the Met Club as well.
I'm sorry, what?
On the 10th, at the Metropolitan Republican Club, we'll be hosting an event as well for the CRA as well. So we'll be at both events. You can feel free to come and be
You'll be on
educated.
Sunday then, Chris?
What's
Is that a
that?
Sunday?
Saturday.
A Saturday.
All right. Any other questions?
And to show that even in a small community like in Brooklyn, that, to bring it out, if a small community is affected by this, it's so important,
Absolutely.
I totally agree. And that's why I said education is the key. We got to get people to know what's going on here. And once people know we're Americans, we're going to unite and we're going to fight.
Right.
So we just got to know. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So,
All right, everyone, thank you. Just a couple quick notes. Again, if you'd like to join the Brooklyn Tea Party, membership is $10. We're taking it for this year still and for next year. All right, just in case another outbreak of something happens and we can't meet in person for a while, like we've been doing with Zoom for a while in the beginning of the year, where we have interviewed Lee Zeldin. We had other candidates that we've interviewed along the way. We had Andrew Giuliani last year. All the governor candidates, at the major ones at the time, we've interviewed, and so we wish that you could all join us for those in the future, and also our monthly meetings that we are doing. Our next meeting will be sometime in September, so hopefully usually it's the third week, we'll have to figure out. We're taking membership, we're also having coming up for club offices. So the way that works is you have to be a member of the club, okay, for at least a full year to run for our club office. And then September is when we do the nominations, Larry, something like that. We start talking about it.
Yeah,
I
usually.
think September, and then November is our election. Okay, so if anyone would like to run for president, vice president, or whoever, this is my 7th term, but I cannot be one of these dictators. I mean, I don't want to start singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" or anything like that. So I don't, have Howard sing a little.
Oh, good seeing you again.
So on that note, we have a couple more things for those who didn't get a couple pocket constitutions that we still have left from a long time back from the Heritage Foundation. Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, keep it in your pocket. Go show a liberal. Say, hey, look, you're violating this, this, and this, and this, and that. They're like, what the heck? And, they don't care about this. So maybe educate them and show them what they are violating, our rights. So on that note, we'll take in membership dues for those who would like to join the Brooklyn Tea Party. And we thank you all for coming out today.